Certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Hey, check. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Check 31. Check 31.
A big gain there on 3rd and long.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, high 7.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Mayfield down. He completes it to Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
6-6. Pull it hard. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Kill. No. Check, check.
They run for it with Hunt, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks, and this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Check 26, check 26.
Now the first carry, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Speaking of Cook, he continues to be a workhorse in the Minnesota backfield. More evidence of that in Week 7 against the Lions. 25 carries, a league-high 142 yards, 2 more touchdowns, give him 8 on the year. In fact, he leads the NFL in both rushing yards and touchdown runs. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Gun.
Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 3rd down gain of 19.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. On 2nd down, Cook. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
Good route here. Hey, box drop. Gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, that defense right there. The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. We're scoreless after one.
Watch the screen. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check safety. Check 3, check 3.
Gun.
Banjo.
Here's Madison running on first down. That one 28 yards on the ground. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run, and you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They'll run for it with Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings 7, Browns nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go!
Mayfield looks to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
Kings!
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Wide.
Run. Check. One touch.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Williams.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Kings.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Hey, 382, last 50.
51. Drop deep. 51.
Hey, steamer.
Right here. Watch switch.
General West.
Slam.
Wait, hot.
Again, it's Cook. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.